Okay guys, this is my boyfriend. Cameron. He's a little camera shy, so we just leave him alone. If you guys say one bad thing about him, I'm gonna... We've been dating for about a year now, and has it been a year? Okay, first question, how did we meet?
2017, it was at a fishing tournament. My fishing buddy ran track with you in high school, and so he said hello to you at the tournament, and I was standing there as well, and I'm thinking, who's this girl walking up? How you doing?
Do you really remember me from that day?
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
No, it wasn't like that.
You liar! I was there because I was a part of an exoskeleton study at the VA hospital, and one of the patients, her name is Mariah. Shout out Mariah, a picture of us right there at the tournament. Yeah, that's where I first met him. So how we linked up after that first meeting was I was over at his house. I was friends with his sister. He just came back from a run, and he was shirtless and sweaty. She's like, hello there.
So there was Kat sitting on the couch. I'll put my shirt on back. I introduced myself. I hadn't eaten yet. So I was like, hey, why don't we go get something to eat? And ironically, it was Mother's Day. So there's a spot down the road we went to with a couple friends as well. They were giving out roses. I gave you a rose that day. So that was the first time we got to know each other very well as friends. And that's kind of where it all kicked off.
It was fun. So this is how he asked for my number. He like...
You are so full of it.
Excuse me? I remember this clearly.
I think you said something very cute. You said something very cute. My phone was sitting on the table. She's like, oh, there's something missing. I was like, what? She goes, my number in your phone.
Oh, bullshit. I would never say that. I would never say that. Anyways, he slid the phone across the table, and he was like, basically, very casually, just like, hey, put your number in so we can, like, link up again soon. Like, sure, cash. I'm a chill girl. Yeah, whatever. So I put my number in, and that's how you got my number.
We texted for a couple weeks and stuff, and then finally grew the guts to ask her out.
And we were in the car when he picked me up. I was so nervous. I had him do breathing exercises.
Yeah, she hopped in all casual, and I felt great. I was looking good, felt good, got a little pump in before the date. And Kat gets in, and I'm thinking, this girl's got asthma or something. I'm like, are you okay? She goes, I'm kind of nervous. I said, well, all right. Well, what do you want to do about that? You want me to drop you off?
I'm embarrassed for me, and hearing this is giving me...
And I'm like, do you need to get your inhaler? Like, what's going on? She's like, no, we just need to take a couple deep breaths, and we'll be good. So the first 30 seconds of our first date ever, we did breathing exercises. We get to the rooftop bar, right off the bat, great conversation. I admired how giggly she was, how confident she was. Oh, dang it. Okay.
We were on the rooftop bar. We were just talking. He was getting to know me. And I was like, what do you want out of life? What are your goals here? What am I working with? Let's see what you got. And that was actually that same night we had our first kiss.
We did.
Cameron didn't remember that though. Cue the video of him not remembering that. Our first kiss was in the gazebo on the white couch bed.
What?
That was our first kiss.
What gazebo? What do you mean? I'm being dead serious.
Okay, then where was our first kiss? I'm wondering what you're gonna say. You have no idea.
I thought it was at Davis Island.
What? I think even though that was technically our first date, the real first date to me was, we have this place like by the water, it's called Davis Islands. He took me in the truck, he drove, didn't tell me where, we got to the end of the water, he like lowered the back of the truck bed. He had blankets, glasses, wine, trays, speakers, just like everything set up for like a picnic on the water. That was very romantic. That was our first date in my mind. How did you ask me to be your girlfriend?
That's actually a funny story.
Is it?
So we were at a restaurant and...
We were already sleeping together. So I was under the impression that we were dating. Continue, Cam. I just had to preface it with some facts.
Okay. So we were at dinner, and I was thinking, what's cute and kind of cheesy to get this title across? I'm like, I'm gonna take it to the restaurant. When we get dessert, they're gonna write on the plate, you know, will you be my girlfriend? And literally during our entree, we're sitting there eating, laughing, and she goes, you haven't asked me to be your girlfriend.
I said, when people ask me, like, who you are to me, I say you're my boyfriend. And I was like, what do you say? And he was like, well, we've never really established that title. And I was like, oh. I got so mad very quickly. I was gonna leave. And he goes, what'd you say? Oh, he told me, sometimes you don't need to talk so much, is what he said.
No.
Something like that. Basically like, shut up without saying shut up.
No, it was funny. I said, sometimes you need to keep your thoughts to yourself. That's what it was. Sometimes you need to keep your thoughts to yourself. Which is also not a good thing to say. She's like, why? And I told her my plan, and I'm like, come on, Kat, you ruined it.
Yeah, so I guess
So right then and there, I said, now that the surprise is out, the question's done, will you be my girlfriend? Right there.
And I was like, I've been your girlfriend.
And she said, no, loser, and left. No, she didn't. She said yes.
That's how that happened. So, okay, we got that out of the way. Who said I love you first? Cameron talks in his sleep.
A lot.
A lot. He's got a lot to say. That
Woo!
never shuts off up here. We were in bed. He had fallen asleep, and he just starts like getting a little worked up. He's getting angry. This has happened before when he sleeps, so I'm like, whatever. But he usually doesn't say words that I can actually get a meaning from. And this was like a full-on conversation, just talking. And he was like annoyed. He's like, it was like he was talking to me. He goes, yeah, what do you want me to do? I love you, Kat, okay? And I'm literally laying there, and I like stop moving. I'm like, Cameron, are you awake? He's out, nothing. And then I literally like get in his ear. I'm like, did you mean what you just said? And I was like, if you meant it, keep breathing. And I'm like, yeah.
I kept breathing.
He meant it. So then that next day, I was being so weird, and I was like, it was just in the back of my mind the whole time. I was like, do I tell him? Because he didn't really say it on his own, but I don't want to take it away from him, but I can't get it out of my head. So I told him, like, at night, I was like, hey, I just wanted to bring this up, you know. It's okay if you don't mean it. If you didn't mean it, it's no big deal.
You're like, the funniest thing happened last night.
What a small world.
Hint.
And I told him, like, you told me you loved me in your sleep last night. He goes, did I? Did I really say that? But he was so calm about it. I'm like, yeah, you did. He's like, man, that's all he had to say about it. I was like, okay. So we got back from getting ice cream, and we get in the car, and he goes, do you honestly think you could love me this soon into dating? And it wasn't even that soon. It was like a while at that point.
Yeah.
And then I was like, nah. And he was like, yeah, me neither. And then we got back to the apartment, and I was thinking a little bit more. And I was like, you know, I think I could. And he's like, could what? And I was like, I think I could love you. I think I love you.
And I mean, I in response, it was automatic for me. I'd fallen in love a few weeks prior.
Oh. You know? Segueing into that, how did you feel about dating someone who had a daughter? Because you'd never had a girlfriend with a kid.
From getting to know Kat and stuff, and like the first couple dates we had, you know, I knew that there was so much to you and stuff, and I saw how special MK obviously was in your life and the impact she had on you and the demand she has on you, but like your drive and stuff really inspired me. And I'm thinking, man, I need this girl in my life. I truly think, I looked at it as, you know what, if MK's anything like her mama, I'm going to fall in love with both. So I was really looking forward to it.
Oh, so sweet. Okay, next question. How do you feel about dating someone in the like public eye, social media presence?
That was very different for me. For the people that know me, I'm a very outgoing person and stuff, but I'm not very social media involved.
Social media involved.
Learning what Kat does full time and stuff, it was a different situation for me. You know, we'd be out and about. Our first date, for example, somebody came up to her and was like, hey Kat, I love you so much. Can I take a picture? And I'm thinking, what the heck did I get myself into? You know, and the more we, you know, hung out and the closer we got, you come to realize that's a part of what she does and stuff. She takes pride in what she does. She loves each and every one of y'all that support her. And I knew if I wanted our relationship to work, we'd have to be in sync together, and I want to support her in any way I can. So truly, it's not much of an issue at all to me.
Just something you had to adapt to.
Yeah, I mean, every day I'm still getting kind of used to things, but but it's what Kat does, and it makes me walk in a straighter line as well because eyes are out there. Y'all are watching. Yeah, and it also is kind of funny though because Kat, queen of impersonations, I come walking in after work one day, hey baby, and I realize, oh, she's wearing my jeans and one of my polos. I'm like, okay.
I was doing my dad impersonation video. Yeah. Kim walked in, I was like, hey, you're back soon. It's not what it looks like. Okay, so last question. Have you noticed anything specifically in our relationship that we've done or worked on that has helped us get to this point?
I mean, one thing that's definitely helped us, I'm kind of more of a reserved person, so I've always had an issue with it. Kat likes to hold on to things, and like I said, I'm the same way. And I think when minor things come up, if something comes up that bothers one of us, bringing it up right away and don't let it snowball into something else. That's definitely helped us a lot.
Yeah.
Because we've had a couple little hiccups here and there that we've held on to for a couple weeks, and before you know it, it just dominoed into other things that started affecting the way we were talking to each other and acting with one another. And I would say just approaching issues as soon as you can, and just squashing them. Here's what it is. Learn from it.
That's good.
Keep rolling.
Yeah, I do hold on to things. I don't like admitting when something bothers me.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a sign of weakness, and then I want the other person to self-correct without me having to give the signal, and that's not helpful for either side. And so then we would be having conversations, and I'd snap, and then he'd snap, and then we'd be talking, and I'd bring up something from like 4 weeks ago, and he'd be like, what?
Like, that's been on your mind this whole time? Really?
I'm like, obviously.
Bottom line, in the end, she is always going to be right, no matter what. Just accept that, and it's going to help you out in the long run. I promise.
You should listen to that more.
Yeah.
One of my big things is that people never forget what you say to them. Having that boundary, even if you're pissed off and you just want to be hurtful and mean and you're not thinking clearly, you're just reacting, every time you do cross that line, it just chips away a little bit more of that relationship. Before you know it, there's like no boundary anymore, and then all the lines get crossed. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so glad you did this, babe. Yeah. You did good. Round of applause for me. Not for you. This means a lot to me. Thank you. I'm glad you did it. I thought you were going to say.
I was.
Just say what you were going to say.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it. Kat, thank you for sharing these questions.
Anytime, buddy. All right.
I'm a little shy. I know. Thanks for dealing with me.
I find it very endearing.
Thanks, baby.
But thank you guys so much for joining me. This is a little bit more of Cam. You guys have been asking so much about him. Literally anytime I do and ask me anything on Instagram or if I'm on a live, how's Cam? What are you and Cam doing? Or are you guys together? I hope you guys love him as much as I do, and I hope you enjoy this episode.
No.
No! Say bye, kittens.
Bye, kittens.
Cameron's gonna be looking at himself in the mirror tonight, going, bye, kittens.
Bye, kittens.
Bye, kittens. Just to practice. Do you have anything else to say?
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Only if you want.